Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. Today's episode is on topics closely related to my favorite discovery, self-love. I call it a discovery because for me, finding self-love was like finding Nemo, except the animation. It involved a journey that had everything, thoda gum, thodi khushi and loads of drama. And I know I did an entire episode on self-love, but I felt there are three aspects to it that I should talk about, and those are self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-evolution. In a world that often emphasizes external achievements and comparisons, it's crucial to understand the journey of self-discovery, self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-evolution. These three emotions make the building block of how an individual sees themselves or feels about themselves. A lot of negative emotions about self come from a place where we often question our self-worth or do not accept ourselves for who we are. By that, I in no way mean that we should continue to remain who we are, never changing. But what I mean is that it is important to see ourselves worth of all the love that we freely give others and also accept each and every version of ourselves. Now, let's explore these traits or emotions separately. Self-worth is very important for an individual's well-being and happiness. It's the belief in your inherent value and an acknowledgement of your worthiness, irrespective of external validation. It affects our confidence, decision-making, and overall quality of life. Self-acceptance is the art of embracing your true self, flaws, and all that. It's a journey of coming to terms with your imperfections and understanding that they make you unique. The significance of self-acceptance is that it helps overcome self-criticism that we are never lacking in. It fosters self-compassion and ultimately leads to a more content and authentic life, in turn making you your biggest cheerleader. And the last one, self-evolution. Self-evolution is an ongoing process of personal growth and self-improvement. It's about recognizing that change is a constant in life and that we have the power to adapt, learn, and grow. Self-worth, self-acceptance, self-evolution, and ultimately self-love are all interconnected. Acknowledging your self-worth leads to self-acceptance. Self-acceptance leads to seeing your worth and loving yourself for who you are. When you accept and love yourself, you often work on yourself, your weaknesses, your fears, and evolve into a better version of yourself, thus improving your self-worth because now you are more confident, more accepting of yourself, more aware of yourself. So you see, everything is interconnected. And thus, if you decide to even work upon one aspect, you will end up working on all of them. At times, simultaneously, and other times, maybe one by one. If I were to give you simple tips on how to cultivate self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-evolution, I would suggest to start by looking at yourself in the mirror every day. Just stand there and look at yourself. And as the days pass and you get comfortable seeing what the mirror shows you, start by giving yourself a smile. Any kind of smile. And you will see as the days roll on and the smile will slowly reach your eyes. You will start to see the imperfections, how the nose could have been probably longer or shorter or leaner, or the eyebrows should have been fuller, or the lips should have been poutier, or the cheeks should have been pinkier, etc., etc., etc. But as you notice this, you will also notice that the imperfect nose with the thin eyebrows and not so pink cheeks makes the beautiful or the handsome you. And while you stand there looking at yourself, if you whisper, "I love you," oh, just wait and see the magic that happens. Now, to list some of the more serious ways, I will start by self-reflection. Start by examining your beliefs about yourself, your strengths, and the areas that you feel you need to improve on. Positive self-talk. Remember looking at yourself in the mirror? So now that you have whispered the love you, follow it up with words of self-encouragement and affirmations. Look at yourself and tell yourself, today is the best day of my life, and keep repeating it till you believe it. Make your own affirmations or use the ones readily available. Sing them to yourself, shout them to yourself, do it, and then continue to do it even when it feels stupid and pointless, but do it. Third would be embrace vulnerability. Accept that it's okay to be imperfect and that knowledge, that ability to be vulnerable can lead to growth. Set achievable goals. Develop a clear plan for personal development and self-improvement. Journal. Set simple goals, even if it is only to read a specific book or reduce the time spent on social media. But set goals, and when you achieve them, celebrate yourself. Remember that each win is a victory. Last would be seek support. Don't be afraid to seek guidance from mentors, therapists, or support groups. This, in my opinion, is very important because there is so much that can be done alone. And it's always good to have a support group that cheers you on, even on days that feel like shit. Actually, if you ask me, it's especially on those days that you need your tribe to show you how beautiful you are. Why am I so convinced about all of this? Because I have done all of this. It's a journey. Self-worth, self-acceptance, self-love aren't something that you just achieve because you followed step number 1, 2 and 3. But it requires you to keep going over the steps again and again and then again. But this time the difference would be that you would be more confident. You would already know your worth. You might worry about it or probably doubt a little. But then you will remember everything that you have done and your journey, and the situation wouldn't seem so bad. I hope it makes sense because there isn't any other way to explain this journey. This journey is a lifelong endeavor that requires dedication and self-compassion. And if nothing else, just listen to this quote by Louis Hay. You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving yourself and see what happens. And with this, I come to the end of this episode. If you enjoyed this episode or this is something that resonated with you, then please do share it with your loved ones. Till we meet again, take care and keep loving yourself.